Hey, little chonks, welcome back to something I've never done before. I was going to play a game like I usually do, but I have other interests that you may not know about. I actually have another art channel that's way more popular than my gaming or commentary channel. But I've been planning on doing some of my streams to be doing like art stuff because I like just to do it. So under art and just chatting and all that stuff. One of the things I'm doing for for my video on my other art channel is I want to get into, I do stuff, if you don't know, I do stuff about, like, it was originally, you know, to teach people about art, and kind of the whole premise of the channel was to show that art is nothing to be afraid of and that you just need to know the basics and then you can go from there and take it as far as you want. But there's not that many basics in art. And so after I had taught them, it was kind of like, well, now what? And so recently I've gotten back into it and I've started to do like art forms that I never got into. So basically like showing my process of starting an art form that I had nothing about. And so for my video, spoilers, if anyone watches, I don't think anyone watches that channel. But I'm going to be doing, it's not sculpting, but like silicone molds and doing like acrylic, because I've never actually I've done silicone molds and making like multiples, but we didn't use acrylic in the silicone molds. We used some type of like fast plaster to make like multiples. And so I've never done acrylic, so that's what I want to do. So I have some ideas that I was going to sculpt this weekend. Mostly one of the things I want to do is I want to do my little chonky guy, like the little chonky guys in the corner there. And I want to do some other thing that's for another art thing that I want to talk about. And then just try some things out so I can have multiple things to, you know, test out and show me like failing and then hopefully succeeding. But I totally forgot. Not totally forgot, but I think I mentioned in my last one I'm going to like a Pokemon party. And in the next couple weeks, and one of my friends was their birthday, but they kind of live far away, so it was kind of like, we're not super close, but anyways, they're gonna be there, so I thought it'd be fun to, like, you know, get them a little something. And they're super into like SpongeBob and like, you know, old Nickel. They're 90s kids, so they're into all that stuff still as an adult. And so I thought it would be funny to sculpt I couldn't put it in the Twitch title. You can't, I don't know if you can put sexy in the Twitch title, so I didn't. I did on my little thing that I post on Twitter, but I was thinking of doing sexy Patrick Star, you know, the one where he's wearing like he's got like the legs with like the fishnet and the boots. I thought it would be funny to try to sculpt that and then see if I could do like a silicone thing and, like, I don't know, like spray paint it gold or something and just make it funny. Maybe make it like a little like joke trophy as part of like the gift. I think that would be funny. And so I decided, you know what? I was like, you know what? Sorry, I'm just making sure this is working. I thought, you know what? Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just go ahead and just do that right now? It's been a while, not super a while since I've been sculpting, because I sculpted these two things. This, my Gengar thing here. I sculpted that. That was a sculpture that I made. And then I sculpted all the claws, the ear claws, the claws and the legs. Obviously not the face, I bought the face, but I sculpted all of that and painted it. So I have some, it's been a while, it's been like over a decade since I had sculpted, before I did those too. And so I kind of found a new clay. I kind of just randomly picked a clay, and I just kind of want to, we'll just get into it. We'll just see how far I can go and what I get done. The one thing I'm interested in doing this is, for most of these, both of these when I was doing for videos, so I didn't have time to like let it properly dry over 3 days and then like sand it. So like these do have like cracks in it, but I use like heavy acrylic paint so you can't see them, and they're not like meant to be handled. So but this one I want to be able to make like multiples of it, because I think that'd be funny, rather than just give her the, you know, sculpture itself. I think it'd be funny to give like a silicone mold. Plus I could like do interesting colors and it'll just open my horizons for that. But yeah, it's kind of like a practice. If it doesn't work out, you know, I have other stuff for her. So, but I thought it'd be fun to do. Again, I am planning on doing more art stuff probably on Wednesdays. Maybe I'll do it on the weekends. I don't know if I want to stream that much, But yeah, but on Wednesdays I have some like watercolor stuff that I want to do. Mostly I want to make like a little booklet for all the drink recipes that I made, and so I kind of want to like I want to do watercolors of all the drinks, and then, you know, obviously have the recipes and make like a little booklet that I can give to like friends and stuff. So there's like little art projects that I want to do, so I think this is a good way, again, to do those art projects while also making content, which I enjoy, and you might learn something. So anyways, I set up this janky rig. I wish I could show you, but I don't want to dick around with my camera here. But I have my other camera, and it's just hanging on an arm. It's very... Here, we'll just jump over. I'm not going to have my camera on while I do this, mostly because I'm going to be looking down, so you're either going to see this, and then I thought about putting a camera, like, down so you could see my face looking down, but then you'd be, like, looking at this all the time, and I'm like, no, like, you don't need to see my face. You saw my face now. I think that's good enough. So let's go ahead and let's just pop over, and you can see my other setup. I do not have a button for it. I have to click it. Let's go. Hope this works. There we go. Yeah, I need to change. Excuse me, sir. Why are you not... Huh. It doesn't seem to be... What's going on with the camera? Camera's not... Here, I'm gonna try to do this for a second. And then switch it back over. Why are you not working, Elgato? I swear, the Elgato camera, it gives me so much problems. I cannot believe how many problems this thing gives me. It works fine until I want to stream. And it works fine for recording, and it works fine for things. And I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, it's not showing anything. It's showing like a... Yeah, the little light's not even on. Shoot, it was it literally was working. I even recorded with it, and it just... I don't know. I've been, like, I kind of gave up on the Elgato, but it usually works when I'm doing, like, not intensive things. But for whatever reason, it just does not work with streaming. It's so wild. Yeah, my hand is, like, I'm, like, moving my hand like crazy in front of all this, and it's just not... That's... Okay, let's try that. Why? Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, look at it, like, there's my hand. I flipped it because I have to flip it vertically. Shoot, well, this isn't gonna work then, is it? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Dude, the Elgato face cam is a great camera for recording, but it is absolute garbage for streaming. It is the worst streaming camera ever. The only thing I can think of to do really quick is to take my other camera and move it. So stupid. The Elgato just sucks. I hate it. I hate that I can't use it for streaming. It's so frustrating. Hold on, let me try seeing if this does anything. Nope. Let's add this. Oh, sharpen. Let's see what happens when I do this. Nothing happened. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. Let me try this real quick again. Okay. Properties. Boom. Yeah, it just doesn't even... Yep, the Elgato. Don't get the Elgato face cam if you want to use it for freaking streaming, because it will not do. Oh, God, I spent all this time setting this up, making sure it worked, and then it's just like, no, when you actually need to stream, it's not gonna work. All right, so the only thing I can think to do is to change the camera, which it's very precariously perched right now. So I'm gonna change this. Bear with me for a second. I can do this, and I am gonna do this because I spent so much time setting this up. So we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of this because you're useless. You're useless camera. I mean, it's good for recording, and I do use it for a bunch, but it really sucks that it absolutely does not work. Does not work at all for streaming. Okay, so I'm gonna undo. I'm undoing my camera. Bear with me. Okay. Alright. Oh. You know what I could have done? Could have just done that. Hold on, we're doing it. Don't worry about it, it's happening. Let me just do something. I'm literally moving my other camera over to... But like I said, I did it like a janky rig. Literally, it's held together by like... literally held together by clamps. Yeah, it's not even like fully formed. Okay, let me get this clamp on. Now I'm gonna have to adjust everything. Okay, I'm gonna switch the camera over. It's probably gonna be blaring. Ooh, yeah, there it is. Gosh. Okay. So this is actual real, but it is way too thin. Oh, I can't go back. I was like, let me go back to my face thing. I can't go back to my face thing because it's not there anymore. All right. Well, see, this is the clamp that I'm using. This is... I feel like you're gonna see oh no, I guess you're not gonna see that. If I do that, yeah. The thing is, the Elgato face cam is just so like zoomed out. Don't worry, I'll adjust the settings for the... Come on. Oh, I pinched myself. I knew I was going to... Okay, come on, stop doing that. Really? Okay, well, I guess I can just do that. This is so janky. So janky. Okay. Well, at least it'll work. That was unfortunate. And it's like more over here where I need it to be over here. Okay, I know it's blurry. Hold on. I have to go into the properties because I set the properties because I don't like this camera to like be autofocusing because it just is stupid. So I like to set it myself. Oh, there we go. And then probably going to need to add a bit more. I guess I could take this away. It is very orange or purple, but that's fine. I could fix it actually. Hold on, let me fix it. I'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Okay. I think it's this one. Oh yeah. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, that's gross. I don't like that. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, everything's just... I mean, my whole setup is always tinted purple anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. Okay, well, now we got that squared away. That's super annoying. This right here, this camera is so good for like recording, and I used to use it for my video game, but now I just use it as a secondary camera for my other channel, and I like hook it up to my laptop. It's great for recording. It does not work for streaming, and I remember I've been in like contact with Facecam for like months, and they have no idea why it doesn't work. Because my computer's like a billion times stronger than it needs to be. All the settings are fine. It just doesn't stream. Although, like, I did get it to stream once when I wasn't really doing anything, and so I don't know why it didn't do it this time. But anyways, yeah, it's so annoying because it's such a good camera, and I spent a bunch of money on it, and I can't use it for streaming. I use a camera that I've had. This one right here that I'm using. This one I've had probably over a decade or so. But anywhoozles, this is the clay I've been using. I kind of just randomly picked it when I was doing the other sculpture things, and I like it. It's nice. It like kind of dries on its own. You don't need to like bake it or anything, and it's like pretty pliable while at the same time not being too like rigid. So oops, I can get rid of this. Without being too rigid. Oh, you can see. Oh, right, you can see my little setup here. I have the it's reversed because the camera's upside down. Yeah, okay. Oh gosh. Over here we have my muse, Patrick Star. I need to change out, I just realized I need to change out these little graphics for like my new, oh gosh, my new guy over here. A more pixelated version. But anyways, let's just get into it. I'm trying to spend not too much time on this tonight, obviously. Well, mostly because I can't, because I have work in the morning, early in the morning, and I gotta do some stuff before I go to bed. So, like I've been saying, I mean, just because this is an art one doesn't mean I'm gonna spend more time than my usual Wednesday and Monday ones. Like, you know, an hour to an hour and a half, or an hour to an hour and 45 minutes, just because I don't have the time. I need to sleep because I work. So we'll go ahead and take a bit of this. I'm gonna put the rest in this bag. So don't think we'll need to. I do have sculpting tools. I have no idea what. Actually, I do know where they are. They're in my closet, but I haven't dug them out since I've moved because I haven't touched them in over a decade. I do have some nice sculpting tools. Maybe one day. I mean, I will eventually dig them out. I will eventually dig them out, but not right now. So I have. Oh, hold on. I also got to move my mic because it's in my way. I'll just take a second. Sorry, you might hear some bumps and scuffles. Some scuffle bumps. Put that over there. Okay. Let me move this. Ooh, sorry about that. Here, let me just turn. I'm gonna turn my mic off. There we go. Okay, so now the mic is out of my way. Like I said, it's a very janky setup. So like this stuff, as you can see, is pretty pliable, and it does harden. So that's why I do have a little bit of water here just to kind of smooth it out. For my tools, I've been using the back of this paintbrush, and I have a bamboo skewer that I broke. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And I'm just gonna wing it. Like I said, I have been trained. I haven't sculpted like in decades before I did that Gengar and the crab thing. So it's been a while, but I feel like Patrick Star, Sexy Patrick Star, is fairly simple. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to this clay when I let it dry the full 3 days. And how much it like cracks or not. You know? And how much I can actually like sand it. Because that'll be interesting. I have all types of grit of sandpaper in the days when I used to actually do art. But that was long ago. But now I'm in a more stable position in life. So look at that. We got our first point. I think that's going to be our main Patrick right there. Body and head. It's really going to come down to getting the legs proportional and like you know, matching each other. That's always an issue. It's always an issue, ain't it? Making them symmetrical. It's a little cape. Maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. Oops. That's okay. But as you can see, like even with just like the moisture that's in the clay, like you can really work it. But again, it's not like too flimsy, because like, have you ever worked with potter's clay? Like the clay you need to like put in a kiln. It's very, very malleable, like almost too malleable. But because of that, you can get like crazy good detail. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to sand this, the ridges and everything. So we're gonna work with what we got. Like I said, I'm no professional. I was trained classically in various forms of sculpture, including traditional pottery, abstract art, abstract sculpture, again with like basically the same way you make pottery in kilns and whatnot. But that was a long time ago. But if you ever watch my art channel, which is forget the name. No, it's let's create something. Let's create something. I know what it is. It's only been around for like 5 years. But you can see like I do stuff like this where I show my whole process of just full on winging it. And I'm one of those people that jack of all trades. But you know that saying, jack of all trades, but a master of none. But what most people don't know is that's only half that saying. And the rest of that saying is, the full saying is, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But a jack of all trades is still better than a master of one. Because back in the day, jack of all trades was worth more than someone who can only do one skill. But most people don't know that part. But being a jack of all trades, like I said, I used to hate it. Because like I felt like I was never like super excelled at one thing. But it really helps me to like do whatever I want. And like when I was I made my son the Furby. The crab Furby hybrid. And I had never worked with fur, or I never was trained classically in fabric. But I was able to wing it, and I had no idea. At one part in my video, like I literally had no idea what I was going to do because my plan that I had set up completely failed. And but I was able to pull through, and it's like one of the best things I've ever made. Too bad it's like horrifying and haunts my dreams, but you know what? That's art. Okay, so we got a good base. I think I want to go for the legs first, because I feel like those are the stars. Those are the. Ooh, I also need to think about. Because I'm planning on doing this as a mold. It should be fine, because I'm going to do the mold in silicone. So I should be, once silicone sets, you can like cut it, and then you just have to build a box, and then it can you can make it structurally sound that way. So I should be fine. It'll be upside down, and the legs will be up. Should be fine. We don't need no education. Okay. I need to move. Hold on. Will this mess up if I move this? Nope. Okay. My image that I'm going off of was behind all like the camera nonsense and the microphone that's up here. But oh, Patrick has some nice legs. And I think I'll probably wait till it dries a little bit to do the fishnet part. Because I think it'll be easier than like sculpting fishnets, which is ridiculous. I think it'll be easier just to obviously like take the skewer and score it. And of course, yeah, it'll be like backwards, but I feel like it'll be easier. We're gonna go with easier. Like I said, I'm gonna make this into planning. Hopefully, if I can build this out the way I want to, I'm hoping that I can make this into a mold, and then I can make this into an acrylic thing for my well, one for my friend, but for my art channel as well. And I really think once I have the silicone, like I'm doing it, you know, not silicone, sorry, I keep saying silicone, acrylic. Once I have like the acrylic mold, I think the real like important part, or the real like showstopper part, will be the translucent color and less of more of like the detail of it. I don't think I'm gonna paint it. I thought about painting it, but I don't think it'll look good if I do that. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do like a slight painting. You can find out. The one thing about this clay is it's really hard to attach pieces like this. And you kind of just have to like smush it and then just put more on. That's what I found. But other than that, like I said, I really like this clay. It's just fun to work with. Dun, dun, dun. Also not worrying having to bake it. I used to use those, like, I forget what they're called, but they're those clays you'll see in like Michael's and stuff, and they're usually like a little like brick thing with like 3 lines, and they come in all sorts of colors, and they're just like as hard as a rock, and you have to like crunch your hand in order to make it somewhat malleable, and they're just a pain to work with. And then on top of that you have to bake it, and that can be a sketchy situation if you don't properly like get all the air bubbles out, because it could explode in your oven. Which is always fun. It won't explode, it'll just pop. But like I said, that was, and they still sell that stuff, but that was really the only option like years ago. But now it seems like they got a lot more going on, which I am all for. But yeah, so I'm basically, my process is I'm just gonna build out the rough shape, and then we'll go back in and, you know, do the detail. Especially since once it starts like set a little bit, then I can like score it and not worry about completely destroying. Also, I can handle it without completely destroying it. But let's just get, I think I'm gonna make his legs really long. So like I'm gonna add like the boot part. So this is gonna, I'll mold his thigh better. But I really would just want to get the other side on before I do that, because I feel like I'm gonna like I'm gonna have to smush this leg on just like I did the other one. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get a sexy Patrick. Everybody loves a sexy Patrick. Everybody. Broad statement. I honestly don't even remember this episode. But to be fair, is SpongeBob even still running? My god. I know they went on for like 20 years or something. It's kind of crazy. Especially since I'm pretty sure the guy who made it and wrote it, I think he passed away, unfortunately. But Nickelodeon's like, we gotta make money. It's the only thing that's making money. Can't let it die. Memes. However, though, I find with the memes, even like today, majority of the SpongeBob memes are still from the original, like, first seasons of SpongeBob. They're really not from the later ones. Which is good for me, because I never watched the later ones, so I can still get the references. Yeah, it doesn't, even adding water, it like kind of makes it sticky, but like not really. It mostly repels it. And I've tried like scoring it, so normally in like pottery clay, when you want to do something like this, you would actually wait for it to dry a little bit, and then you could like score it, and that would help with the what we call slip, which is just basically a mixture of clay and water. And normally that's what you would do to attach it, because it just helps it stick together. Also, like I said, when you're baking something, whether that's in the oven or a kiln, it's really important to not have any air in it. Because it will explode in the kiln, and it will destroy everyone else's stuff, and they will get really mad at you. I've never had that happen in all the years that I've done it, but I've seen it. It's happened to me, and I can tell you, I didn't actually care. I mean, I was mildly upset because I was like, oh, that work's destroyed, but at the same time, I'm like, I'll just build it again. Not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. But with these, I would assume you'd still not want air bubbles, because I assume as it dries, those could cause cracks. But I don't think it's too important. But I do really want to make sure that's attached. So I kind of have to like I said, with this clay, you kind of have to like squish it and then just add more on like I did for the other leg. And I found that kind of works. And also like use a bit of water and just, it allows you to be able to like rub it to kind of like smooth it out a little bit. But I think a lot of times, I guess like for most of my channel, sorry, I realized I was looking at into for most of my channel stuff, I'm usually like, it's more prone to people who have like no experience in art. And one thing I always tell them is just like, just keep going. Like back when I used to teach art, used to tell them like, just keep going. Like just don't stop. Like, even if it's not looking the way you want it to, just keep going. And it'll eventually, if you just keep working at it, it majority of the time gets to where you need to go. Or not, or it doesn't, and then you're like, well, this kind of goes this way, and it maybe ends up being something completely different, but you still are satisfied with it. But usually it's the first one. Usually. Just gotta keep working on it. Just keep working on it. But that being said, as someone who does do, or used to do art a lot, one of the downfalls of being an artist is working it too much. I know, it sounds like contradictory, but it's all about finding a balance. Finding a balance of keep working until you got something you like, but versus also like don't work on it for too much, because you usually end up destroying something good. But that's a later on lesson, less important when you're beginning. I think the easiest way I think I'm going to do this, now that I'm working on it, I'm going to sculpt the legs to make them look more like legs and not just lumps. And I think I'm going to like make shorts and just like superimpose, not superimpose, but put them on top. I think that'll be an easier thing to do. We do have a problem. This leg is a lot meatier than the other one. So I'm going to see if I can squinch it, technical term. Squinch it out and take a piece off. And then I think yeah, like I planned, I'll build, these are just the leg part. I'll build the boot part and stick it on. Although that's going to be hard to do. Now that I think about it. I could cheat. Well, not cheat, but I could take bamboo sticks, break it, and then stab it in, and then stab the boot on. Could do that. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, this leg is still much thicker. That's okay. We'll work it. We'll work it. We'll whittle it down. Also, I guess he does go wide, huh? Kind of the point of the picture. In the crotchal area. Get banned from Twitter. Doing obscene things to Patrick. How dare you? Okay. Take a little bit more off of this. Need to be careful about this chunk drying out. I could always just wet it, but okay. Go ahead and try to make this look more like something than just a weird arrow. So in the picture, Patrick is all thighs. He's all thighs, and there's like a little part where the knee is, and then it's the boots. So we really want to get those thighs. And of course, it's not super important. One, like I said, this is for my friend, first and foremost, but also it's basing it off a cartoon drawing, so don't think it's super important. Also, if you look at the picture, he's like, Patrick's supposed to be lumpy. I'm actually gonna add more around here to get like the little chunk on the side there. Just a little bit around his belly. I'm gonna add water to it. The water doesn't seem like it does much. Like, it just seems like I could just wipe the water off. That makes me believe that I can do something, so. What we're gonna do. Give him a little gut. Because he's Patrick. He's a chonky boy. We love him for that. Also, I kind of want this like statue to be. You kind of like when I make things, I kind of always make like whatever I'm using work to my advantage. It can also help you not get frustrated a lot, because like I know there's a good chance that once this clay dries, I'm not going to be able to sand it in the way that I would like. Like, it's not going to behave the way I want. I have no idea, because I've never let it, like I said, I've never let it dry 3 days before painting it, because I never had time to. And so I do want this to be a little bit more like, I think it'll be funnier to have a little bit more grotesque looking. It's a little bit more, like a lot more lumps and bumps and more skin-like. I think will be funnier. Which again, I feel like that might be just the natural outcome of this clay. I'm not going for like a smooth, like, you know, Funko Pop or like, you know, pop culture. I'm not going for like the anime figures that are behind me. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give him a little more girth than he had and he has in the picture, but I think it'll be funnier. And like I said, I'm gonna make the pants, so we'll cover up that seam with the pants. Sorry about my lighting. My camera that I had, if you just popped in, the camera that I had did not work, so I had to switch to this one, and it was not as good with the lighting, but it is what it is. I guess I could actually make it a little better. Go into the properties. Video. Would it be better if I made it darker? Kind of. You do see more, but it's just not great to look at. Oop, oop. I think that plastic And maybe next time I'll get like a dark plastic instead of a white one so you can see the clay. That's probably a better idea. Next time, we're learning. First one, first time. It is important. I gotta go all the way around. Don't be lazy. Get a little bit of water. Too much. Okay. Get that girth going. Don't need too much back here. Most people ain't gonna see it. But yeah, for my channel, I really want to get into trying acrylic, making acrylic molds. Not molds, but I forget the term. It's like a technical term when you make a model and then make a silicone mold and then make, you know, copies of it. There's a technical term, but it's slipping my mind right now. Because it's been a long day. Been a long day. This looks disgusting right now. What is it? It's Patrick Star, obviously. Can't you tell by his little tummy folds? Can't you tell? Okay. Let's get the pants on him. For no reason, but get the shorts. So this is gonna be interesting. Do I do this like the way you do in pottery? Which I don't really have the means to do it, so I don't know why I'm trying to do it, but we'll just go for it. If it doesn't work, I'll just smush it. I don't have a roller, but I'm gonna use my hand. Very professional. Very measured out. Then you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea. This is getting dry. Okay. Just wet it and squish it. Got me an idea. How long have we been going for? 40 minutes. Don't want to go more than 2 hours, so we'll see how far we get in 2 hours. Okay. Let's make some pants. Patrick Star. Oop. Plastic is coming up. Also, my plastic has like, you probably can't see it, but it has like cuts and paint all over it. So I use it multiple times for my other channel. Just reuse the same plastic. I don't like to waste. Okay. I think this will work. Right. I really wish I had my tools. I could use. Oh, whoops! I never did that. There we go. Sorry. I don't have a tool that would be good to like cut, but you don't have that. But I mean, I have my pocket knife here, but I feel like that's excessive. Maybe. Oh no, it's not. Working great. Look at that. And I didn't cut the plastic. I don't think. Well, I kind of did. It's fine. Fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Not measuring it. Not using a straight edge. We're very professional here. We got it. We're fine. There we go. Okay. See? My issue is attaching it in the leg part. That's going to be my issue, but we'll worry about that later. Let's just get... Ooh, should I put water down there? Probably. Do do do. Watering Patrick's crotch. Like you do. Okay. Interesting. Wrap this around. Ooh, just gonna be long enough. Just gonna be long enough. See, we didn't need to measure or be professional at all. What are you talking about? Okay, let's pick this one because it's better. Ooh, this is a good idea. Here we go. Good thing about clay is you can always just smush it. Always just smush it. Nobody will ever know. Never know. Don't tell them. Not cut ourselves. That would be bad. Pretty sure it's against Twitch guidelines too. Yeah, what happens if it's an accident? Do they care? Or are they just like, nah, you're out of here? How dare you show blood? Let's just move the knife. Alright. So now we got a little skirt action going. I'm gonna have to pinch. I am gonna have to rescore it. But I like where it's at. I like what's happening here. Problem is gonna be one, attaching the crotch area. I think this will be easy, so I'll just make smaller tubes for the shorts, and then, but I can't make them too long because I'm gonna cover up. I don't want to cover up his leg. But yeah, I'll make little tubes, and then I'll have to do something about the crotchular. Do something about the crotchular. Sorry, I keep pulling it towards my face. A lot of times when I do art, which is not a good thing, but I will like put my face like right up against it. Which is not a good habit. You should not do that. But I do it all the time, and I don't know why. It's not that I can't see. It's just, I don't know why it feels... I feel more in control if it's, like, touching my nose for some reason. I don't know why. We'll come back and remake... Oops, I just stabbed him a whole bunch. I'd really like his gut to kind of look like the one episode where, was it? I forgot what they were doing, but SpongeBob and Patrick were out in the middle of the wilderness, and like SpongeBob's like, "Don't worry, I have 2 chocolate bars," and he's like, "Oh," Pig gives one to Patrick, and he's like, "Oh, great," and he eats it, and he's like, "I think I'll eat it now," and then he eats it, and then he's like, "I think I'll eat it now," and he's like, "Oh, it's gone. What happened to it?" And then SpongeBob's like, you ate it," and he's like, "What? No, I didn't." And then he's like, thinks SpongeBob stole his chocolate bar because he still has his, and then there's that one scene where he's like, "Well, that's great," or something. He's like, "Now I'm gonna starve," and it like pans down to like his gut, and it's like often in the early episodes of that cartoon they would like sometimes do like really disgusting realism, like not even a realism but like beyond it, like, and they show his gut and it's all like veiny and it's all like has like just like a bunch of bumps and holes, and it was just a gnarly thing. That's kind of, I would really like that type of gut, but we'll see. Like I said, this is just part of a gift, and I just kind of literally just thought of it today, so how much effort I want to really put into it is up for debate. But yeah, you can see that's kind of looking like, oops, sorry, maybe you can't see. That's starting to look like gut and like clothes. Like you can kind of see the difference between the two. I'll work on better lighting next time. Next time, guys. First try. We're It's a lot harder than doing my gaming streams. Gaming streams are easy. This is hard. Okay, so I think we'll do the little legs. Or do I want to do the crotch first? I think legs will... Yeah, I think getting the legs, because then I'll have like something to work with in here. I think that'll be good. It's already starting to firm up a bit. But like I kind of like that. Because right now I've been kind of like gingerly holding it. Because even me just holding it and its weight is causing it to like shift a bit. But now I can feel like it's been, I don't know, maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. And it's like it's not going to, like I can do this. And it's not going to like fall over or slump over. So I do like that. And this is actually staying pretty wet. Despite, I guess, me just rubbing water on it every now and then. Really helps. Yeah, just do that. If you have I have the rest of the other 3/4 of the package over there in a Ziploc, so I would recommend doing. Just doing it in little chunks and then always your little bit. Just get it wet and kind of roll it in your hands. Just to keep it moist. Everyone's favorite word. Moist. I don't really have a problem with that word. I don't know why people have a problem with that word. There was one word that someone said recently. I can't remember. Maybe I blocked it out of my head, but I was like, that is a disgusting word, but it was not moist. Never had a problem with the word moist. If anything, it's just fun to say. Okay. We're going to do this probably really short because, again, I don't want to like cover up too much of his leggies. And in the picture, his shorts are they're kind of like short shorts, which usually his shorts aren't, but obviously in this they wanted to accentuate the legs. So don't we all? Don't we all? I also like, again, like I'm using water and touching this clay, but as you can see, it's like barely getting on me. Like I was worried about touching my mouse. And there's like no residue on my mouse. So, which is very odd for clay, but I'm not complaining. I like it. I like that. Clay that I can work with, and it's not very messy. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Nickelodeon. Is that even still a thing anymore? Is Nickelodeon still... Did they get like swallowed up in the streaming wars by something? Pretty sure I heard they were like non-existent. I know like Cartoon Network is like non-existent, except for like I think they are moving to like doing baby shows. Not baby, well, like, you know, preschooler shows. Because that's where the money is. Just like Cocomelon. We're just gonna have giant bug-eyed babies. Everybody loves that. Everybody loves it. The crowd pleaser, obviously. You know. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, there's so many good shows back in the day. Ooh. Should I fold this to make... Because it's not as thick as this, but... Let's just see. We'll do a little test. No, actually, I think that looks good. Like, that much, like... of a difference between where the shorts will end and the leg. No, I think that's good. Nailing it out here. Look at that. Just eyeballing it, squishing it with my hand. My old, like, professors and masters would be very upset. You're not measuring it? You're not using a rolling pin? A special rolling pin for clay? You're not using the technique handed down by the centuries? How dare you? Not that serious. Or at least it doesn't have to be that serious. It's just as serious as you make it. Okay, now getting rid of this seam is going to be... actually, not that bad. A little bit of water in there. Oop, that was too much water, but that's okay. You can dab it. You know, as soon as I put my finger in water, it's like immediately clean where the water touched. It's very weird. That's not normal for clay. If you ever worked with clay, it's very hard to get off you. I guess I'm mostly speaking from like the clay that potters use. I'm gonna leave this like that. Oops, sorry, I'm doing it again. I'm gonna leave this like that. Actually, you know what I could do? Let me adjust my chair. There, that's better. Now the microphone is like right in my face. I always forget, like I always have to have my chair, my office chair that I'm sitting on, up to max to be in line with where the camera usually is. And I always forget to lower it. I always like bang my knee or like crunch my finger against the desk. I'm dumb. Okay, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That looks like a smooth leg right there. Look at that. I mean, there's a little bit of a bump right there. But again, Patrick is lumpy, so I think that's okay. Hopefully these won't turn into cracks when it dries. But we're gonna find out 3 days later. I assume I'll be able to like do a bit of what I think in my head with sandpaper, but don't really know for sure. That's too much. Actually. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, if you're like if you're someone who's interested in sculpture, like working with clay, it's fun. I highly recommend it. There's no, I mean, I was gonna say like, cause I done all the basics of like painting, cause I'm classically trained in all different types of painting, so I can tell you the basics there. And I was gonna say I was gonna start to like go into the basics of like sculpting with clay, but it really depends on the type of clay. Like a lot of the techniques that I'm using right now, you would use way more on like potter's clay and stuff. Like I said before, like the scoring and making slip, which is just taking a bit of clay and mixing it with water, and you get like this like muddy paste, and you use that as glue. There's also like, if you were gonna do this part, like the pant part that I did, you would get a roller and make sure it's even, and then you would set it out in the sun for a little bit so it would be hard. And when it's a little bit hard, then you can like cut it and make it like perfectly like smooth. But again, for this clay, I don't think that's necessary right now, but also like I don't think that would work with this clay. This type of clay, this paper clay. I don't think it would work with it, so. I guess my one thing, which is most things with art, if you want to get better at it, it's just, you just have to keep playing with it. Just keep playing with it over and over again. Just like, you know, if you really want to get into something, like dedicate, you know, like an hour every other day or something. Just play with it. And if you make, you know, a lot of stuff you don't like at the beginning, then just keep playing. Just keep doing it. And that's really all it is. I mean, like I said, I haven't sculpted in over 10 years. And this is still coming out. I mean, obviously, we're still in the beginning stages, but let's eyeball it. We're going to measure it. Check out this pristine measuring that we're doing right here. Look at this. Gonna do that, and then I'll pinch it with my finger. Whoa, look at that accuracy. You see that? You see that? Amazing. It's like tapers. That's okay, because it needs to actually get skinny inside the leg part. Alright. Let's just see what let's put the knife away. Let's do that. We should definitely do that. Let me get this wet a little bit. And you don't need that much water, which is nice. Like, this is a little sake dish. It just has a tiny bit of water. And it's enough. Okay. Let's see. Yep, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. It's a Babe reference. Alright. Oh, I need the knife again. Maybe I shouldn't put it away. I'll just put it somewhere where it can't hurt me. Just put it where it can't hurt me no more. Put it over there. Okay. This is coming out better than I thought. I do think, though, unfortunately, which usually happens when I build. It's the same thing when I built the Gengar, sculpted the Gengar a little bit ago. This part right here is getting much bigger than this part, so I'm going to, even though I like what's going on here, I'm gonna have to make this part much bigger. Like, basically, I'm gonna have to, this whole part right here, this top part of Patrick, I'm gonna have to double it. Because if you look in the photo, this part is actually quite small. And I'm probably gonna have to beef out his legs too. Maybe not. I could, once I have, I could now, yeah, because he's gonna be very disproportionate. Let's finish the shorts. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's finish the shorts, and maybe I'll cut the shorts like here and make them about half as long. That will give me more leg to work with, and then I can puff up the leg, and the legs can be as long as I need them to be. But yeah, this is definitely going to have to be a lot bigger, because otherwise he's going to have huge pants, which is more atomically correct for Patrick. But in this photo, which is what we're trying to semi-replicate, that foot, wait, which way is it's backwards? There, that photo. You can see that his shorts are very small compared to his, like, how big his legs are, and his body. So I'm gonna double this, and the legs are gonna have to get much bigger. But for now, let's finish the shorts, and then we can cut, take away. The nice thing is, like, the short part, like, see how it's like not really attached yet, so we can just cut it shorter if we need to, which is probably what I'm gonna do, because the shorts are looking pretty good. Shorts actually look real good. That happens. I mean, it happens to me a lot. I always, like, start off, like, the Gengar that I made started off, I was like, I need it to be this big, and then it ended up being like this big. Go big or go home. That's fair. I don't have steady hands. Like, I have very shaky hands, which is why I was always really bad at, like, doing very fine detailed work, like mostly in painting and stuff, but also in sculpture. Which is why my style is more, like, painting wise, it's more like open brush. So if you also have shaky hands, just find a style that caters to that. You don't have to do hyper realism stuff. Just find ways around it. Most people do. Most people do. Besides, I've always kind of liked more, as far as painting goes, I like more open brush, like big strokes, a lot of texture. And it has more to do with, like, how paintings work. I think a lot of people, the reason a lot of people, when they try to paint and they don't like the outcome, it's because, one, usually they're painting from what they think something looks like versus what it actually looks like. Like, when I used to teach painting, we had a painting that was like a Tuscany painting where it was like a bicycle leaning against a Tuscany wall, and there was like a window, and it was like sunsetting, kind of warm colors. But I'd always have them start by doing like an underdrawing, and I'd have them start with the bicycle, and I'd be like, "What do you see here?" And they'd be like, "It's a bicycle," and I'd be like, "You fools! It's not." No, I'd be like, "No, it's not. I see two big circles with a bunch of lines, and then I see a little squiggly line and another squiggly line attaching them to." And in painting, it's all about how much, or anything really, painting, drawing, it's about how much information you give your audience or people looking at it. And so if there's a certain, like, threshold or point where you start, if you give them if you give your audience a certain amount of information of whatever it is you're trying to depict, you have to go either all in or not. And so the problem is people always like to do like try to replicate hyperrealism, and it's like if you're gonna go hyperrealism, you have to go all in, meaning you have to give their brains every single information, and they're gonna look for it because that's what you've put forth. But like if you look at like Rembrandt's, especially his older work, it's more just like gestural. I mean, he does like portraits and things like that, and it looks like people. It's not abstract or anything at all. But if you really look at his paintings, it's more like suggestions of light, suggestions of line, and the human brain makes the rest of the painting in their head. And like I said, that's because he's giving you a limited amount of information, and your brain just makes the rest. Versus if he started giving you a whole bunch of information and then wasn't able to deliver on all of it, you'd be like, this is a bad painting, but you wouldn't be able to explain why it is. And so, anyhoozles. Pointless lesson about painting and giving information. But anyways, to say my style is more, I like to give people a little bit of information, and I like them to make up the rest in their minds. I feel like people connect with paintings like that a lot more because they're more involved regardless if they realize it or not, and so they tend to develop a more emotional attachment to it, usually without them realizing it. So I tend to like that better. But not to saying hyper realistic stuff isn't great. It's really impressive, and I'm really in awe of people who do that, who dedicate their time to do that, but it's just not my favorite. Alright, now time for the crotch part. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe that's why I was stalling by talking about nonsense. I guess I'm gonna do the same thing? I don't know. Make a flat thing? I mean, that worked for everything so far. Don't see why it wouldn't work now. Okay, let's go for it. Smush with my hand. This is very thin. I need more. I keep using less because this gets smaller, but I have a whole thing. I need to not do that. Alright. Okay, let's get this crotchal part, and then we can figure out what we're going to do from there. Probably just going to get the rough shape today. Which is fine, like I said. I think the detail work, like the stocking, like the little crosshatch, and I'm probably not going to get that detailed with the boots. But I do want to put something there, but I think I'd rather, instead of like trying to build and like spin a tiny little thing and like, I think I'll just rather just scratch it in and just make it a reverse impression. I just think that'll be easier. Get out our handy dandy knife. Magical, cuts like butter. And let's just do that. Okay. Making a diaper. This is getting really dry, so I'm going to... Don't look, I'll censor it. Just gonna get moisture in there. Yes, yes, I know. Sexual jokes abound. We're all adults here. Okay, I made this way too thick, first of all. Oops, oops. Getting sloppy. Okay. Alright. That's a little thick, but... okay. We'll make it work. Just tear that off. Oh, that's good. I can cover up the little crack that was there. Oh yeah, like this is gonna work. Easy. I wish this was the front because this is looking better than I think the front's gonna look. Easy. See, you just gotta wing it. It's totally fine. Rub some dirt on it. Rub some water. This part's gonna be a little, I can already tell. Because there's like a gap right there, so like when I press down, it like presses into it. Not good. Also, there's these gaps here that are concerning. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just do that. Look at that. Boom. Oh yeah. Patrick looking good. These are some good little shorts. We need to make them shorter. I've decided I'm gonna cut them once I finish this little crotch area. Yeah, because they're just too big. They look like how they're supposed to look. Like they look like the little, swim trunks that he usually wears. But in the photo, they've magically transformed the little booty shorts. So they must be booty shorts. Oh, do we want to give him a booty? I didn't even think about that. The possibilities abound. Oh, I could give him a booty. Oh, let's trim them first, and then we'll talk about booties. Okay. Yeah, you got a little booty right here. A little booty. Or maybe I'll wait for the booty when I make this, so I know how big to make the booty. Okay. This is gonna be difficult because I don't want to cut leg underneath, but again, at the same time, it's not that important. Ooh, maybe we can do some surgery type action here. We'll just get this. That up. Get underneath it. No, that might mess it up. I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay. Let's cut off that much. Careful. Doing some surgery. I'm holding it in my hand, nice and steady with my shaky hands. You love to see it. You love to see it. Look at my hand. Look at my hand shake. This is why I'm not a surgeon. I'd be nicking arteries all over the place. Okay, we'll like go in a little bit here. Okay. Good. Yep, okay. And then, ooh, this is gonna be hard. Especially because my hand won't stop shaking. There we go. Okay. Now we just gotta get it. Using a pocket knife that I've had for like over 20 years, probably. Okay. Let's see if I can just break it and peel it. That would be ideal. Yeah! Look at that. Ooh, I did not cut all the way through, but I think it's okay. Ooh. Oh, look at, there we go. Okay, so yeah, now we can let's move the dangerous knife away. We'll do this to smooth out the little legs. There we go. Yeah, that looks way okay. Yeah, so we'll add a little more. Maybe we'll do the same. Like, it's not in the picture, but I'm definitely gonna add obviously more to this to make it more of a, just give him a little more thigh. So maybe we'll give him like how we did this originally with the bump. Obviously I'll make it this bigger, but maybe we can give him like the little thigh bump, you know, the anime style thigh, thick thighs coming out. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend like you don't know. Don't pretend you don't know. I'm just using this to like smooth it out, but yeah, look at that. It looks like little shorts. It looks like the leg coming. Definitely looks like a leg. Obviously, the leg needs to be beefier to match the beefiness of the shorts, but yeah, it looks like a leg. Okay, now time to do it on the other side. Let's hope we can do it without messing up. Let's hope. We'll just wet this. Okay. Okay. back to the handy dandy knife. Let's do the shaky cutting. Okay, don't screw up. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Okay. Oh no. There's an awkward angle. Okay. Oh, there goes the shaky hand. Fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Don't panic. Nobody panic. Yeah. Okay. I definitely did not cut that deep enough, so I'm gonna go back and go it again. Very nice. Clay is so much fun to work with. You can kind of do almost anything. Okay. Go here since this is already like a little flat. That's not. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You love to see it. Put the dangerous knife away. You loved. Oh, there goes my light on that side died. That's nice. I don't know. Does that help? Does this help making this darker? No. Don't worry. That light won't go out. That light's plugged in. This light's battery operated. That's why it went out. All right. Yeah. Now we're. Oh, let me go and smooth it a little bit. Not that it matters because I'm going to make the leg. Sorry, I did it again. I keep pointing it to my face. Put it right in my face. Okay. Move that out. Alright, yeah, it looks better. Little booty shorts. Now, yeah. The little booty shorts. Now I just gotta rebuild this bigger. Which I hope I can just re-wet this and it won't create an air bubble. Because it's quite dry. It's not super dry. I mean, it's still obviously malleable somewhat, but it is getting dry. But luckily, it seems to be semi-reacting to the water. It's weird. It's not reacting the way I would think, or I'm used to clay reacting when it gets wet. Very weird. But, okay, so we gotta make Patrick bigger. We gotta go bigger. I may need to. Let me get more clay out of the bag. Ugh. On an hour and 8. So I only got 45 minutes left. So this is the clay. Oh, it's reversed because the camera's upside down. But it's paper clay. Creative paper clay is what I'm using if you're interested. It's like 16 ounces. I got it at just the local Michael's for like, I think it's like $12 for this, but there's always like, they always have like a 40% or 20% coupon, so it was less than that. Ooh. Let's get a chunk out, and then I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag to keep it fresh, nice and fresh. Being fresh? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna keep these separate. This is the wet one. This is the one I should be using. Will this be enough to make the Patrick part? Will it be enough? We don't know. Swoosh. I'm just gonna like create a wrapping around it. This will be the front. I need more down here. Okay. Okay. I hope just making this wet and this wet will not create air bubbles. But you never know. You never know. Smush. Oh, swallow him. Okay. Try not to mess up the pants. Oh man, he's really gonna have a gut hanging over now. That's okay. Everybody loves a little muffin tap. Who doesn't love muffins? People who are wrong. That's who. Yeah. Yep. That's gonna look a much better. Oh yeah. I really would like, if I have the time, to just like make this look like I said, that one from that one scene where he's like, now I'm gonna starve. I'd really make him to look like that. I think that would be extra funny on top of his like sexy smooth legs. Sexy smooth. This is not smoothing out as easily as it did when it wasn't dry, but I think a little bit of water works. Just gotta keep rubbing it. Always kind of molding it as you go. I'll put another piece on the backside here, and maybe I'll smush this so that it's gripping it. Dun, dun, dun. Adding water. That's what I always do. Like I said, I always end up a certain size, and then it always like at least doubles in size. It's always my problem. Because instead of like starting over or like taking stuff away, it's easier just to keep adding on to it. So that's what I do. But his little shorts. Maybe I should have maybe started with his little shorts. No, because I needed the base. Yeah, it's fine. I think I did fine. I may need to add more. Like you can see, there's like a bit of a gap. I may need to add like a roll here for him. But let me get his backside. I'm really bummed I didn't think to add buns, because I think it's going to be really hard to add smooth buns. But that would be really funny. There's little hams back here, little hams. It'd be so funny though. It's going to be hard to like get it smooth with the shorts. I wish I had thought of that before I wrapped the shorts. I did not, unfortunately. We might make it work. We might make it work. You never know. Very professional. Very professional here. Nothing but professionalism. Yeah. Don't work. It's gonna look real good. It's gonna look real good. Everyone gonna be real happy. Real happy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the silicone mold of this. Just make a bunch of these and just leave them places. People would probably be happy. Imagine if you came across a sculpture of Sexy Patrick out in the wild. You'd probably be ecstatic. Be like, whoa, the gods have blessed me. That's what you'd say. You'd be right. Dun, dun, dun. Get it sticky and kind of supposed to just sitting on top of it. Okay. Yeah, this is the newer clay, so it's much more malleable. May have put too much on the back. Okay, we can always shave him down. Besides, he kind of needs... Oh, I guess his shoulders do just kind of spring out of him, don't they? They just do that. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to add a thing around here to smooth everything out. Yep, I'm gonna have to add a little bit here too. I ran out of stuff. Let's push this down a bit. It's getting way too pointy. Dun, 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 dun. Disappear. Little crack. More water. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it just does not. Like, you could not make a slip with this clay. With water. You couldn't do it. It just doesn't. It really resists the water a lot more than any other clay I've ever seen. Which is good and kind of bad at the same time. But we'll make it work. It's just different. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm really hoping that when this dries I can do a lot of good sanding and really smooth it out. Not too much, but just certain areas I would really like to smooth out. Okay, this top is getting funky. Getting too pointy and lumpy. There we go. Yeah, actually that's better. Okay, just gotta get rid of these. Get rid of these lines. And you just gotta keep working it. You just gotta keep working it. Look, just keep doing this. I know it doesn't seem like I'm doing anything. Just rubbing his head, but it actually, it's disappearing the more I do that. Okay. Very suggestive. What is this string? Just me, I just realized I was like in the corner here, just like sorry. Okay. Let's see if we can fix his belly and this part all in one go. And then we can sit here and smooth him out. Yeah, he got way lumpier. That's okay. Patrick. We like him lumpy. Shorts still looking great though. Looking great. Looks like a weird lump wearing short little legs. Bit wet. This. Okay. Good and symmetrical. You know it. It's not lumpy at all. I think this is too big. Yeah. It's too big. Too much. I mean, we can't keep making him bigger. From now on, he can't get bigger. We make something too big, we have to either redo it or find a way to shave it down. Yeah. That too. No, I think that's okay because I'm gonna roll it out a little bit more and then we're gonna smush it in when we, you know, make it smooth and seamless. So we're gonna lose a lot of the volume when we do that. I just want to make sure that it reaches all the way around. Yep, close enough. Close enough. I think. And I'm running out of time. Man, I really want to get... Okay, I gotta get the arms, and the legs, and the boots. I don't... Like I said, I can't really spend... I can't spend more than 2 hours on this tonight, but at the same time, I feel like if I don't get it... the base of it all done, then it could dry and I might not be able to add on to it, which is highly likely. Although we used to, but of course that was a different clay. We used to, obviously, because you couldn't usually finish with if you're doing a big project all in one go. We used to wrap, we'd spray them with spray the sculpture with water. It missed it, and then we would wrap it in plastic. And when we'd come back, either like the next day or a couple days later, obviously it would be a little bit drier, but because of the water and the plastic and the condensation, it would be mostly pliable. You just have to like put more water on it. Wouldn't be as good as new, but it'd be pretty close. I'm gonna put a little bit of extra clay here because there's a hole right there that I need to cover up. So I'm wondering if, I don't know if that'll work with this clay though. Like if I spray it and wrap it in plastic wrap, I don't know if it'll keep its form or keep its pliability, I should say. Now it looks like something's covering it, but we'll smush it down, don't worry. We'll smush it, it'll look like a muffin top. Or glorious muffin top. Love to see them. And then we'll get this part. There we go, look at that. Starting to come together. And it looks more like Patrick. More, proportionally it's better. Like I said, yeah, I really needed to do this. And then we can work on the legs. We'll try to speed run this as fast as possible, although it's kind of counterintuitive. You really can't speed run clay because you just have to keep working it basically until it works. Not to mention the arms are going to be a pain in the butt, but actually, you know what? You know what we can do with the arms? We can kind of make them right now, just the arm parts, and then we can let them dry a little bit while we do the legs, and that might make it easier to work with. Okay, so we have our Patrick. Got his little gut, we got his little shorts. And now I think I want to make his gut a little bit. I think I need to smush this into like a little bit of gap here, so I'm trying to get the air out as best as possible without messing up the shorts too much. Without messing it up. Here. Oops, oops. Okay. Like I said, we'll add the detail like his belly button and like the cross hatches once it's dried a little bit, and I can just kind of scratch it, maybe with a knife. The knife! That would be funny. I guess I am gonna have to wet it and cover it in plastic, huh? Bumsies. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the arms real quick. No, luckily his arms are basically just noodles. So that's gonna make it a lot easier. There's no like real muscle tone, like not like the legs, like there's no shape to them. They're just kind of they're just noodles of what they need to be, basically. So and it just gets skinnier as it goes down. As always, hard to get right for me for some reason. Water. But basically just doing a little S thing like this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to obviously beef up the shoulders once I attach it. But I think for now, because it's so pliable right now that it would be a pain in the butt to try and like jam it in right now, because I'd probably just destroy everything as to try to jam it in. So I'm going to go ahead and got the shape. I'm just gonna go ahead and let it dry a little bit. Like just get like a little bit more firmer so that I can attach it to the body without completely destroying it is my goal. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Gonna leave it like that. You know what? I could just full on just copy it exactly and then put it on the other side. Okay. Go ahead and fit like that, as close as possible. And then yeah, we'll just flip it on the other side. This one does look, it's a little bit more. Needs a little bit more. How long have we been going? An hour and 36. Yeah, we're getting close to my cutoff time. I'm only gonna do 2 hours. I think I am gonna wrap it in plastic. I am just gonna wet it, wrap it in plastic. I'll do that off the stream though, because I have to. The plastic's in the kitchen, so I'm going to have to go out there and get it. I feel like his arms are a little too beefy. But I could just use it to smush in right now. It goes against exactly what I said I was going to do, but if I let it dry, it's going to not be smushable. Yeah, I'm just going to go against what I said. Like you do. You make a plan and then you just abandon it immediately. Just forget plans. Am I right? Plans are for fools. It's not true. Okay. Let's get this going. Try not to smush Patrick too much. Definitely gonna have to add probably more around his shoulders. Ooh, that's a big crack. At least see that? Look at that crack in that leg. That's what I'm worried about. I don't even know why there's a crack there. I didn't even. These legs are like, obviously they were one of the first things I did, and they are drying and they are cracking like crazy. That's not a good sign. But this all is a test, so it's all just a test. Probably shouldn't have chose something so ambitious as my test, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? 'Tis the way. 'Tis my way. Okay, let's go ahead and smush this on now. Oh gosh. The water just rejects it. It's like, no. We're not doing that. Okay. Other arm, I'm gonna need you not to fall off. I need you not to fall off. Okay? That'd be great. Patrick. Okay. Oh. Okay. Maybe I can get in here with these tools and. Oh yeah, that's better. This is why you have tools. This is why I should dig up my tools. Not use the backs of sticks. Okay. Looks horrifying. I mean, but it does look. It does look. I need to attach. This is the problem. These need to be like attached somehow. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Oh, actually, this is helpful. I don't know why I wasn't using this before, because I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb. We all know it. It's okay. We don't gotta hide it. We don't gotta hide that back. Oh, shoot. Just keep messing that up, don't I? The problem is I need to pinch some of this off, and I just ripped it off. Okay. Come on. Trying to get it to stick, but by doing that, it's like kind of ruining it. Could always like let it dry and then fit afterwards. That is an option. But 'tis always an option. Kind of looks like a cross between Oogie Boogie. Like, this could be Oogie Boogie. Sexy Oogie Boogie. Dude, beach body Oogie Boogie. Why not? Why not? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. This is, again, I think the same thing. Too much of the hand right there. Too much of the hand. Huh. I mean, it's coming. Ours are a little like, and the thing he's got mine are a little more like looks like a teapot handle. When I'm looking at the photo, they're more like straight lined, but I just don't think I could get straight lines. I guess I could. That's not true. Straight lines. Yeah, that actually does look like straight line. Yeah, see, you gotta always look at what you're doing. 'Cause again, like, I was going off of what I thought it was, without actually looking at what it actually was. And that is a fatal flaw of amateurs. Oh, this arm is much low, unfortunately. Okay. We need to push this up. This needs to go up. Unfortunately. Too much water. Too much water. Oops. Oh my gosh, it looks really crazy back here. Going on back here when you do the front and forget to do the back. It's crazy in the back. Trying to get it to copy the other one at least. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Looks better. Yep, looks more like it. I mean, this hand's a little long, but I think it's okay. I think there's some. You can have some variance. I think it's fine. I think it's fine, especially since I'm gonna. Oop, there's hair on it. I wonder what that was. Especially since I'm gonna possibly, make this a little bit nastier. A little bit nasty. Get a little nasty in there. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the legs and the boots. Okay. How much time do I have? I don't have that much. And I'm using way more clay than I thought I was going to use. But that's okay. I used about half of this clay to make this Patrick. Patrick is worth $6. $6. Okay. I'm getting dust everywhere. It's okay. I vacuum on Thursday, so it'll be fine. Let's work on the leg. And I think I'm gonna do it basically the exact same way that I did pretty much everything else, just putting another layer on it and then molding it out from there. I think that's the way to go. So, go ahead and... Oh, do you think I should make his eyeballs 3D? I guess. I guess they would stick out, huh? Interesting. I may make those separate and just super glue them onto, because I don't think there's a way I'm gonna be able to smush them on, and they wouldn't be molded into them. I don't think that's they would look like. You never know. Okay, go ahead and just smush this out a little bit more. Sorry. Cut it. Okay. Make this a nice meaty thigh right here. Oh gosh, that's what you don't want to do. No! It lost grip and I smushed it in the pursuit of trying to save it from falling. That was bad. How am I going to... Yes, just like that, huh? Put Patrick down. A little bit extra. Oh, he's gonna have some chonky thighs. Probably should have put water in there, now that I think about it. Too late now. It's sealed. Chonky thighs. Yeah. I feel like this will just slide off if I pull it. Nope, it's not. Okay. I mean, it kind of is, but... Got one thick thigh, but I feel like if I do this... Stop, arms. I know I keep messing you up. Oops. Okay, there it is. Looking for the pointy side. I feel like if I just enforce this... A lump. Which is not doing what I want it to do, but that's okay. That's okay. That little thigh bump. You know what I'm talking about. Bump right there. Little thigh bump. Oh yeah. Okay, just gotta keep working it. And I'm running out of time. Keep working it. Okay. Gonna try to make it into... That was a little bit harder because I gotta have to make it look somewhat anatomically correct. Can't just have... So there's a little bit of a knee bump here. Trying to get it out. There we go. Kind of hard to see in the... Kind of hard to see, but it looks like a leg. This is where the knee's gonna attach, and this is where I'm gonna attach the boot somehow. Some magical way, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Careful. Why we keep the knife away. Let's do the other thigh before we do the boot. Which will be the last part for us. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. Does look like a thigh. It's really creepy. Kind of creepy, but go with it. It's all lumpy and realistic looking. Okay. Oh, I think I mush it. I need a little bit more. I need to hurry up so I go to bed. You know what? I may be able to do the boots separately. You know what? I'm just gonna do this thigh, and the last two things that I'm gonna do is the boots. And then I think I'm just gonna super glue them. Two little nubs here. As well as I will glue the eyes, which I will make 3D. And his like eyebrows and stuff. And I'll probably like scratch in his mouth. I think that's gonna be the easier way, because I was worried about like making the boot and then like having to attach it. I'm gonna have to smush it and kind of like do what I did here, where I smush, add more, smush, add. I don't think that's a good idea. I think a better idea is what I just said. Yeah, and that'll help with the time, because I really don't want to spend more than 2 hours tonight. I just can't. So we're going to just do the thigh, and that'll be good. Do this last thigh, and that'll close it out for us. Be pretty cool. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I did a lot. I mean, obviously, I guess I didn't really think about like, you know, I was really gonna have to like finish most of this tonight. I didn't really think about that. Didn't really think. You know what I mean? Not a lot of forethought. Ooh, it's pretty thick. Let me try to thin this out a little bit. Okay. Okay. That closed. And then take that much off? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dummy thick thighs. Patrick. Love it. Love to see it. Trying to blindly get rid of that seam without being able to see it. Alright. Oh, this thigh is much thicker. A little bit of that. Go ahead. Trying to make the little knee. The little knee. Stop. Okay, let's go ahead and mash this. Here, right here. Oh, I smushed the arms again. Keep doing that. Getting sloppy. Trying to rush. Need to not do that. It's too much of a indention. Too much of an indention. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. We're almost done. We're almost done. Finish strong. Come on. We're just finished. Okay. Ooh, look at that thigh bump. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. Little prominent, but fine. Patrick can have nice thigh bumps. I don't know what those called. I'm sure there's a technical term for it. There's someone somewhere has thought of a technical term for it. Don't know what it is. I'm gonna call them thigh bumps. Oh man, scoring the lines is gonna be very difficult. This is a very difficult thing that I did, and I semi-regret my decisions, but Patrick. Oh, those are some thick. And then we'll have the boots. Yeah. Look at those hams. Oops, that's the arm again. Look at that. Look at that beauty right there. That's a beauty. Stick legs. Yeah, and then I'll make the boots separate. Glue them on so that because again, it's not like this isn't the thing that's gonna be the end product. It's gonna be the mold or the replica of it. So okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. I hit my 2 hours and I need to stop. So I would switch over to my camera so you can see my face, but obviously if you're watching this, you know that this is the camera that I usually use. So anyways, thanks for watching. This was my first art one. Obviously, I thought my Elgato camera would work, but as you can see, it did not, and it was very upsetting. It's very upsetting. I don't want to talk about it. But anyways, thanks for watching. For the people who popped in and popped out, thanks for being here. If you're watching this on my Twitch VODs channel, just know that I also have a VODs YouTube channel, Chonks Lies, where you can find all my videos there. And if you like my content, this is like my secondary content, I guess you could say, me streaming and playing games and doing art stuff. That's my secondary. My main one and my main channel is Chonky PuFFs, which you can see in the corner right here. Chonky PuFFs, I do commentary videos on culture, everything. Really funny stuff. So if you liked this, I'm way more entertaining in the other videos. So go check it out, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a good night, and I will see you someplace else. Sexy Patrick. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this on a stream. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, have a good one.